Hello.
Hello, hello.
Welcome to Special Delivery with Rooster the Computer, the man of the future, Rooster the Computer for short, and Rooster for shorter. And this is my guest, Tgray.
What up?
Yeah. He is an artist, not a musician. He does dabble in music, but mostly an artist. And he's a good friend of mine, and I think that this would just be fun. So here we are.
Yeah, thank you for having me, man.
No worries.
Yeah, I can't believe what you'd actually done with this place. Like, you got a fucking water fountain over there and shit. Like, that's a good lobby, bro. Like, and you got the little buffet set up, and like, I'm not eating the cheese and crackers because they look like they're a day old from whoever other person you had as a guest. But I know the cheese. It looked like it was good. But yeah, it's I'm surprised how like nice and spacious it is. Like, fuck, that's like a 2-story fountain you got there, bro. Like, it's crazy.
I don't have a fountain.
Bro, they don't know that. They can't see that way.
That's true, but still, I don't have a fountain.
Got all the koi floating around in it.
All the koi. Koi like Joe. So, tell the people about yourself a little bit. Tgray, what do you do for a living on a day-to-day? Pass me a lighter.
Yeah, I was gonna say day to day, just work like everybody else. You know, you get up, you do your thing. I enjoy what I do. I kind of work on a gun club, which is kind of fun, and I don't know. I got no complaints with life at the moment. I was gonna say, other than that, I just like you were saying, I like to paint, I like to draw, I like to make stickers, do whatever.
I try to push him to paint as much as possible.
Yeah, sometimes I slack on it. You know,
Yeah.
just you get a little lazy in life sometimes, and you need someone there to like just kick you in the ass and like kick it up a notch, really.
Like, creativity is hard to continue on doing also when you have a day job.
Well, it's not even that. It's just you can't like force it,
Yeah.
right? So it's like you
Yeah.
can still be creative if you're like you work 8 hours. You can still be creative after that. It's just I don't know, just
You can
more so
force
like
it
more so like a
sometimes.
lazy procrastinator, you know?
Yeah. You can force it sometimes. Like, sometimes forcing it, you can get some really good shit out of forcing your creativity out.
Yeah, actually, but I always find it's better if someone else kind of forces you to.
Yeah,
Like,
if someone's giving you shit.
Well, no, not giving you shit, just being positive, being like, hey, like, have you done anything lately? You say no, and then it's like, well, do something. And you're like, all right.
Yeah.
You
That's
know?
kind of what I did with
Yeah,
you not that
exactly.
long
Right,
ago,
right,
yeah.
yeah. It's always good to hear other people appreciate what you're doing. Doesn't matter what it is, like music, art, just anything, right? It's just nice to have someone like appreciate it and just tell you that. Because sometimes you forget yourself. You kind of get in the loop of what you're kind of doing. And yeah, you just need that outside stimulus, right?
Yeah, it's true. I can't agree more. But yeah, we've been friends for how long now, Tgray?
I don't know, like 3 weeks. It's been good.
It's been a good 3
It's
weeks.
been a good 3 weeks, except for the beginning and middle. But yeah, we got here. No, it's been a couple years actually. I don't even know. Like,
I think it's been about 6.
yeah, like all of life is just a haze, man. It's like you remember like what houses and what groups of people were hanging out at the time, but then you kind of all the dates are kind of like fucking just gone from my head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess that's true. Like, I don't really pay much attention to
You
time.
know? Like if you ask, like, what'd you do in 2007?
Yeah.
You'd have to be like, fuck, I'm like 2000. Okay.
I was getting ready to be a dad in 2007.
See, at least you got like life,
Yeah,
you got a good
that's-
life marker.
Yeah, I got the
Yeah.
age of my kids as my life marker. Yeah,
Shit,
that's
I'm
how
like-
that's how I like
Damn, that's
remember
good.
things. Like, when I
I was
like,
just thinking I probably made grilled cheese at some point.
yeah, when I like, this is how I gauge how long I know someone a lot of the time. If it's someone I haven't met, like I've met after my kids, it's like I try to remember how old my kids were when I
When
met
you
that
met
person.
them? Yeah,
Like, right?
true.
It's like Scarlett was like 3 when I met you, so I've
Yeah.
known you for 7 years.
True.
Yeah, she just turned 10 today.
Mm.
I mean, not today, yesterday, but yeah.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Scarlett. I love you. If you watch this, I hope you don't. Not yet, at least.
I don't know why anybody would watch this. Like, what are you doing
Right? Who would want to look at this fucking ugly mug for an hour?
for an hour, dude? You said 10 minutes. Fuck. It's gonna be a lot of cigarettes.
And a lot of joints. Well, at least for me.
True. To be honest, I miss smoking weed, man. Like,
Yeah, he
the
quit
smell,
smoking
yeah, the
weed.
smell of it right now is just like,
Do you want to tell the story as to what happened, why you quit smoking weed?
yeah. I was gonna like, I didn't quit by choice. It was just one day I took like a bong hit of some like keef with a little bit of oil drizzled on top, and I had like a couple little bits of greenery in there, and then I hit it, and then fucking 5 minutes later, my fucking world was like,
Like, you just like had like an existential breakdown,
Yeah,
or
like
what else? I don't know what to call
existential,
it.
not a crisis,
Crisis, well-
but like an internal crisis, I guess. I don't know. It was like really weird because I was also drinking at the time, and like I don't know, I was sitting there. I could like you could tell the drunk inside, and you can also tell like you know the high feeling that like that.
Yeah.
Right. So I was like, okay, I got the drunk vuv, and I got the high vuv. What the fuck is this vuv? You know, there's a whole
The fuck
other,
vuv.
Yeah, there's a whole other vuv in there. So I like just like I started focusing on it, which don't do. And then I was like, fuck. And then like, you know, like when you feel hungry, you're just, you know, you're like, it's just instinct. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you don't have to get told that. You just know you're hungry, right? So then I got this whole new feeling I never had. And just instinctually, I was like, fuck, my atoms are going to fall apart. And not good. Not good. I literally thought that, actually, at first I didn't think it was just my atoms. I thought all the universe was just going to become unglued.
Yeah.
And then I was like freaking out.
Yeah,
I'm
can you
like,
do me a favor?
man, that sucks. Yeah.
Can you sit up like the way I am?
No. Like, I can
Like-
try.
Just like yeah,
Huh?
just the proper posture.
There we go.
Yeah, just because like your voice projects better if you're sitting like this.
I don't know. I don't really have a good voice anyway.
See, there you
so-
go. Now I can hear
Well, I was
you
kind of yelling
way
into it.
clearly.
Yeah, there you go. So
Yeah.
do I start the story over again, or we just?
No, we can keep going.
Long story short, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We almost drove you insane, and that's why you had to quit.
Well, it wasn't insane. It was just like I thought I was like gonna die, and
Yeah.
that's not a good feeling,
No.
right? And then I realized that it's like, you know, I'm not dying. I'm just kind of tripping out because like I almost called the ambulance because like I couldn't see because my vision went all staticky. My ears were ringing like different notes, like going bee wee whoa.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear anything. Fucking like it was like black and white vision was static, and then I was like all wobbly and shit. And then I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like I don't know. I think it was like half panic attack and then half like it was just such a yellow toke that like it must have like coated my lungs, and I was like fucking just like.
Well, it's
like,
a fuck
you know,
ton. That's a fuck ton of THC. You had
Well,
oil,
It's not even just that
keef,
though. I think I was
and
just-
weed.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot of THC in one take.
But I did that all the time, like 'cause I had a shaker box, right? So I'd like
Maybe
shake
that's
it up,
what it.
and then I
Because
was
you
just,
did it all the time.
Yeah, true.
like it's, one day it was just too much.
Yeah, because I was
Right.
probably doing like a half quarter to like a quad like daily, right? And then just because I was like growing it at the time, and like, yeah, I just had a shitload. And people say, "Oh, your shit could have been laced," and it's like, "Nah, I grew it." Definitely wasn't laced.
Yeah, if you grew it, then yeah, I think you know.
Yeah, so, like I trust myself. Yeah.
Do you though?
In the mornings. Yeah, late at night. Oof.
Who knows? Who knows what the fuck that guy's
Yeah,
up
that
to?
guy's fucking nuts. Bro.
So, Night Tigray. I wouldn't fuck with Night Tigray. Yo, Rick and Morty got a new episode.
Yeah, dude, I
The
was
Night
actually
Family.
Dude, so
Did you
good.
watch it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
dude.
so good. It's
Dude.
so fucked up too. Like that's so twisted.
And I love how like Summer was finally the one in charge because like every episode you gotta love Rick, but like every
I love-
episode Rick's in charge or like you know it's a Morty episode.
He's been getting he's
Right.
been getting demoralized more and more every season. You notice that?
yeah, it's true. It's
He's
true.
been- he's-
and well, and Summer's been getting like raised up too because
Yeah.
she just like the episode
And-
before that was the
and-
Die Hard episode,
Beth.
right? So then like that whole Die Hard episode is just like her kicking ass.
Do
and
it
taking
Die Hard.
names, yeah. Die Hard, Die Hard, Die Hard.
Die Hard. For anybody who hasn't watched it yet, sorry.
Sorry. Yeah.
But get with the program if you're a fan of Rick and Morty.
Yeah, and it's kind of a shame. Like last night they had a new episode, but like couldn't watch it. Like I was just watching because they had a free preview on.
Oh, okay.
So like I don't actually pay for cable. I just got a cable box, and every so often they just give you free channels, and
You have a
Awesome.
cable.
yeah, you get a cable
Get
box.
on the internet, bro.
Yeah, cable box, satellite.
What is your aversion to having internet or using internet?
I'm fiscally cheap,
But it's not even that expensive anymore.
and also lazy. Did I say I was a procrastinator? Yeah, I was gonna say like give me 10 years, I'll get some internet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, it's just I don't know because I don't want to have to like.
It's too much information to take in, you think, all the time?
No, I do. Actually, to be honest, 100%. If I had internet at the house, I'd be like addicted to fucking Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, you're a gamer, eh? Yeah.
Dude, like when I was like a couple years ago when Black Ops 3 came out,
Yeah.
I played that like so avidly that I got up to 160 something in the world out of 60 million.
Okay.
So I was like world ranked like under 200. Like
Cool.
yeah.
You can make money out of that shit, too.
But that doesn't mean I was a good player. That just means I put in the hours. Because
Yeah,
like, you know, if you have like a 2-to-1 kill death ratio, if you got like 1,000 hours and this guy has like 10 hours, like you're ranked way higher than they are.
Oh, it
Just
depends
for,
on the time you put in.
right? Because it's just like,
Okay.
yeah, exactly.
It's
It's
based
like
on that.
like a math kind of thing on that. And then also like, to be honest, kind of, I didn't cheat, but I got put into a cheat game. Like I was in the top 1,000, and then once you get into the top 1,000,
Cheat game? Or is that with people who
like
hack the system?
yeah, and they're doing all this like crazy shit. Like, you know, like normally you get a kill and it'll be like 100 points,
Yeah.
right? Like pretty much I entered this one game and then I just kept dying and dying because it's like they're just auto shooting and getting headshots. They're shooting through walls, through fucking ground, everything.
Yeah.
And but then one of the times I spawned in, I chucked a grenade, fucking got a kill, bruh. The fucking instead of saying plus 100, it said plus 87 whatever E. So you know it's a big fucking number when they got a letter in it. You know what I mean? So then like I went from like the top 1,000 to like the
It's got to
top
be a
200.
big number if there's a letter in it. That's just
Right?
a funny thing to say.
But yeah, but I earned that like that top 1,000. But then it's just there's so many of those games going on because like pretty much everyone like from 100 to number 1, that's all they do all day is just play those games, and like there's no way I could actually like get that earnestly, right?
Yeah.
And then like it also fucked up like it didn't fuck up my KD ratio, but it fucked up my amount of games played, because normally it'll say like you have like, you know, like 1,000 wins and 1,000 losses, and like that's just a big number because like they take 10 minutes each, right? But then at one point it was like 980 trillion games won and 900 and whatever trillion games lost. So it's like there were so many numbers on the screen they didn't even fit into the box and they're overlapping each other. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like I didn't even notice that for a week.
You just
but
glitched out the game.
yeah, it totally.
How
broke
long
it.
ago was this? Like this was like earlier into the gaming thing, I'm assuming, right?
Well, that was like, okay, so like Black Ops 3 came out, and then that was about a year after it came out, probably a good like 8 months, because then, yeah, it takes you about like 8 months just to get up the leaderboards, and like for anything on the leaderboards to mean anything, because like the first like couple weeks, it's just fucking pinballing, right? So it's like, again, just because hours. Some people play 20 hours a day just to try to like stay at the top.
Yeah.
But then, you know, but like I played a shitload of that game. But the same with all the other Call of Duties, but that one was like the heaviest I indulged. But yeah, it's probably a good thing I don't have like unlimited like Wi-Fi. Like I got like obviously internet on my phone. If I want to like Google something or watch some YouTube, I can just throw that on.
Yeah.
But if I had like unlimited internet, I'd probably never paint again, unfortunately. You know?
That's unfortunate. See, I was
yeah.
never. Video games have never intrigued me to that point.
Yeah.
Like I played video games as a teenager. I did like fucked with GTA and
Yeah,
like
funny enough, I
PS2
never- yeah.
games. That's the last console I bought was a PS2, like for myself.
Shit. Damn, that was a while ago.
Yeah, like I played Xbox and shit because I bought my kid everything. Like like as he was getting older, I got him the newer stuff as it came, kind of thing. But like I still didn't fuck with it that much. The only time I would ever play with it was with him, and I hated it. Honestly, it exhausts me. It makes me tired.
I was gonna say, so like Grand Theft Auto, what was the other game?
I don't fucking know. I don't remember. Like I played Sonics and then all the Nintendo games back in the day. I had the Michael Jackson Moonwalker Sega game. That thing was fucking funny.
Yeah, that was a terrible game.
That was funny though. It was hilarious. Like, the Ninja Turtles, the old Ninja Turtles, and like
Yeah,
the
original
first
one,
thing I
yeah.
got was the Nintendo Mario. That was the first one I got.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much the what it was for everybody.
Yeah, I was
Even
gonna say I
in
started off on like the first Nintendo.
Yeah.
And then didn't get anything new until
Super
N64,
Mario's
like
first
N64.
Nintendo. My dad. This is
I
like
was
one
gonna say,
of the
probably
few.
because I was like deprived, because like, you know, every other kid on the thing had like that Game Boy,
Yeah.
and then like I didn't get a Game Boy until what was it, like last year?
Word.
But, I don't know, and then just I have like an addictive personality, right? So,
Okay.
Yeah, video games, cigarettes, you know,
Anything.
weed.
See,
I'm
I'm only addicted to certain things.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, what? Like, let's just back to the
Well,
video games.
like certain things, obviously, you gotta like it at first, but
Yeah.
then like it's not like you just get addicted to like anything. Like, you know what I mean? Like, trust me, I've had pumpkin pie, but I'm not addicted to it anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
Pumpkin anymore.
But yeah, sorry if you're addicted to pumpkin pie out there. That's a hard one. That's a hard one.
Yeah, see, video games, like, I relate video games to one really positive memory I have with my father.
So you didn't want to spoil it?
There isn't very many. like, just to be honest, there isn't very many pleasant memories I have with my dad. Okay, so this one is really good, especially in my childhood. Now, as an adult, we're cool, but like,
Yeah.
and I mean, I've had better moments with him in adulthood, but like as a kid, I don't remember many of the good things because all the bad things usually stick out more, anyways.
Yeah,
right?
they always do.
Yeah, and he woke me up in the middle of the night. I think it was like 2 a.m. Because he got a Nintendo, like on his way home from work from some dude off the back of the truck, probably.
He's like, bro, I got it, man.
No, like he was just happy he was wanted to do that for me. My dad, that's where my dad always tried his best, was providing things.
Nice.
Okay, that is one thing that he tried his best to do. Like I will never he's a hard worker. I can never take that away from him, right? But that was his way of making up for his shitty
showing
behavior.
affection,
like showing affection and making up for the shitty things he does, right? So like he woke me up in the middle of the night and then let me play for like a half an hour and just sat there and watched me play and talk to me. I don't remember what we talked about. I was like 5.
Yeah.
Right. So like I don't.
Even just remembering anything at 5 is fucking.
Yeah.
You know,
I was like it was like 5 or 6. When did Nintendo come out?
Like 86?
86?
Or 84?
Nah.
80.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah. I don't think so, bro. Pretty sure it was in the 90s.
See, I'm not really a Nintendo gamer.
Yeah, but Nintendo was like the first console the way we know it now.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there was a whole bunch of other ones.
Yeah, that was Pong. But but the way
like
we know,
Commodore 64.
the most revolutionary one in the last 30 years, I would say, is the first Nintendo.
Oh yeah, definitely most iconic.
Yeah. And like the first time we had like the separate joysticks with multiple buttons to do multiple things other than the arcades.
True.
Right, like
and like what a scam that shit must have been back in the day. Imagine like nowadays paying $0.25 just to play your fucking game like every single time.
It used to be way cheaper.
Like, dude, again, for how many games of Call of Duty I fucking played, that'd be like a shitload of quarters.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
it went up to like $1 by the time we were in high school. Most games like that.
Yeah.
Until they did the point system thing with like I don't know. Have you ever been to Palladium?
Not in a long time.
But you've
been
been
Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese, yeah. But no, Palladium was way more like advanced with better games and shit. I remember that for sure back in the day. They still operate, I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong, but
True.
Again, I take my kids to Kingpin. That's a good spot. They've got good video games there.
Damn.
And
is that the one in the mall there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And they got bowling, and they got a really dope fucking laser tag.
Probably shitty pizza.
Whatever, I don't eat there. I just go play.
And every time you go to a bowling alley, like they got the
and they sell
beer.
beer.
There you go. Fuck yeah. And probably cheaper than fucking East Sides. Right?
Fuck East Sides. That shit's bland.
Yeah.
That's like one of the most boring Italian tastes
At least
I
it's
have
unlimited
ever
bread
tasted.
and fucking Parmesan.
What?
At least it's unlimited bread and Parmesan.
Yeah, like
that's
the
like
deal
the
you
one
can't
good
go
thing.
and their Italian wedding soup is definitely still one of the best.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever tried that.
Yo, it's so
Yeah,
good.
I always go for like the Caesar salad.
Yo, the Italian wedding soup, man, it's so good, and that's just bottomless too.
Oh fuck yeah!
Yeah,
gotta love bottomless.
Or at least it was. I haven't gone to East Sides
way
in
better
years.
Than topless.
Yep, usually is. Yeah, hold on a second.
Special delivery.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. You're about to listen to some shitty ass flow. Here we go again. Always wondering. A prodigy of guerrilla artistry. All of me wants to throw bombs like artillery. Try to kill me through the walls I spray. The paint drips down through the double fade. I don't get paid, just get chased and run away. But I know my name is there to stick to throw them up aimlessly. Everywhere without a care. Every day people scam and say, who the fuck is he with the amazing peace? And keeps evading security and then all those police. They've been searching for me for the callous weeks. Motherfuckers been counting sheep and now they're falling asleep. Cause I'm like little Bo Peep and now I'm leading the story. See a little speck and then I bet you'll ignore me. No respect for the report of the block. Fucking been drinking, boys. Fucking been drinking. Flippity flappity flavor. Inhaling and staving.
Special delivery.
And scene.
And what was I saying?
And
Yes.
welcome back.
Who the fuck gives a shit about the
Wait, you steal my lighter?
goddamn dead queen? And why do we care?
Yo, what do you mean, man?
Why do we care?
Because she was amazing. Like, dude, she did so much for the world, apparently. You know?
Yeah.
She was pretty hot for, like...
A couple years.
Yeah, a couple years in the 60s or 40s or whatever decade that was. You know?
Shit. Yeah. Nah, man. There's no reason for anybody to be like celebrating that family ever again for the rest of eternity for no reason at all.
Yeah. Well, they're like historic.
The amount of atrocities that family has fucking
Yeah.
caused and is still profiting from is
True.
unbelievable.
True, but you know, we still gotta keep them separated. You know, you just put them in with regular civilians,
Yeah.
you're gonna lose them.
Well, yeah, fuck them.
You know,
lose
like-
them. Let them figure out how to be
Well, no,
a
'cause then
fucking
they start
person.
doing all that weird shit underground, and you don't want that shit going underground.
Like, how? Imagine being born and feeling like you are one of the most important people in the world. As soon as you are a child, you have that belief because of the family that you're in.
You're talking to the wrong person, because like I think I am one of the most amazing people in the world. Like I was born pretty
I do
fucking
too.
awesome.
I do too.
You know?
I think I'm pretty great, but I don't think I'm better than anybody else in that aspect.
See, that's where we're like that's. Where
Oh,
we're
you
different.
you think
I think
you're
I'm better
above
than
everyone?
everybody, except for the tall motherfuckers. You know, like
Why?
I'm not-
Just because they're tall?
Well, yeah, I'm not above them. But
That was good. Like,
almost got a whoosh there.
no, but fuck that, man. It's just silly. Like having a fucking like.
What's really weird is like they still own like fucking all that crown land. You know, it's like
There, you know, it's
Give us the
right in the
land.
middle of downtown London, man.
Mm.
There's homeless people across the street from the Buckingham motherfucking Palace. And these people don't even run anything anymore. They have no reason to have that house anymore.
well, it's
Monarchy's done.
It's their house.
It's
though.
been fucking done.
Like it's not like it's a parliament house. You can't just give it to like.
But the only reason
It's
why
their
they have it
house.
is because their family ran the country.
True.
That's the only reason why they had that
yeah.
ability in the first place. But
Yeah,
now they don't.
They pillage fair and square. You know, like once they got it, you just gotta let them.
They just gotta keep it
They just gotta keep it.
forever. Fuck those motherfuckers.
No, I was gonna say, have you seen fucking that Harry kid? Man, he's gonna squander that fortune, and like as soon as he gets to be king, bro.
Well, Harry's not gonna be king.
Well, yeah, eventually.
Nah, he's out of the family because he married Meghan Markle, bro. Because they're fucked up. They left the family because she couldn't deal with the family no more.
Brutal.
I'm pretty sure that's how it worked out. Like that was the issue because they moved out of the palace. They left. They moved to America.
Wait, didn't she marry William?
Was it William?
Yeah, wasn't it William?
I don't know. I think it's one of them. I think it's Harry. I can't look up. My
which
phone.
one's the redhead,
My
you
phone's
know?
over there. What?
Which one's the redhead? That's Harry, right?
No. Yeah, that's Harry.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he married Meghan Markle.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Which wait, she's like
She's an actress.
Yeah, she's
Black
like
actress.
a person of color, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because I was gonna say I'm pretty sure I got like photos from
Black
back in-
actor, person of color, actor. Yeah. Like,
But yeah, like I'm pretty sure I got like actually I probably got him in my phone too. He went to like a racist party back when he was like younger, and he dressed up like a Nazi, and then like there's like one buddy in the background, and he's dressed up like a KKK guy, and then another guy's dressed up like a it's like the minstrel blackface kind of peoples. And it's just like him dancing around, fucking having a good time. It's like a Halloween party, right? But then
yeah,
they're,
but
like,
it's all racist.
It's like the racist Halloween party. So it's kind of funny.
It's kind of funny. like, it's not the
well,
best idea, but it's kind of funny.
At least he flipped to the good team. Start off as a like a literal Nazi,
and then married a black woman.
and then married a black woman.
Yeah, good for him though. She's hot. She's fucking beautiful.
She's not bad. Well, she's like really hot at like one angle. No, but then other angles, I swear she's a lizard. And I'm not saying this because of that person of color background. I'm saying because she's an actor, and like royalty, and like they're also lizards, right?
Yeah.
So then they kind of like
actors are kind of. I don't know.
a lot of them are like
Pretty shifty.
Well, they're not just shifty, shape-shifty.
Shape-shifted lizard.
Yeah, they're fucking shape-shifting lizards, bro. Like all the higher up, man.
Yeah. Just to be clear, we're all fucking around. We're both fucking around, and I'm really want to get him to start doing stand-up. It's gonna happen.
No, but then like, haven't you ever heard all the stories about like the Queen? She was like one of those lizard people too.
Yeah.
And then she would like wrap babies in gold foil, and then like you got to wrap them with all the.
Never heard that story.
Dude.
Explain.
Well, I guess it's a long one. So there's like you got the lizards, right?
We've got time.
But there's like 3 different variants of lizards. So there's like, the 6-foot motherfuckers that like are in the enforcers.
Okay.
Right? And then you got these like shorter ones that are kind of like, they're just regular kind of lizards.
Okay.
And then you got these little tiny ones that they got these quills that they can pull out of the back of their head, and they can actually like inject this quill into your eye, and then it kind of worms its way up to your brain.
Yeah.
And then it takes over that human. Right.
Okay.
So then it's kind of like they call them drones. So like it'll get mixed up with clones because like they clone people as well, but that's like a whole other topic.
Okay.
But this one's called a drone because like the lizard, it gave up its life to go into this person. Like it's kind of like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, I guess. But yeah, and then those ones are the ones that take over the people, and those are the ones that are like ruling society from like our perspective. So they're like we see them as human, but they're not human. You know what I mean? They got like the reptile brain in there. And I'm not saying that they're like devolved. It was just like legitly got like a little worm that went in there and took over, like a parasite.
And you actually believe this?
Yeah. How can you not, dude? Like it's there's actually a couple people that were talking about it. Like, do you remember that Tila Tequila girl? Like back in the day, like that. So
Yes.
there was this other guy who was a little crazy, and he was talking about it. But then he brought up the fact that he's like, yeah, I saw her there. And then I was like, oh, weird. So then, like, Tila Tequila goes on her fucking little podcast thing, and then she's like, yeah, 100%. I've been to the cloning centers, because then they also run cloning centers where celebrities go at night through REM sleep to party, right? Because if you go into a clone, right, you can get stabbed and just be like, I don't feel a thing. You know what I mean? And then, like you can get fucking, like drone bots, just, like, they're pretty much, like you clone, like, Britney Spears, right? And then you just have it, like, on autopilot without, like, the soul in there. So then, like, all these, like, rich people get to, like, that's why she got so famous, right? She sold her body rights to, like, the top elite, right? And then they could just, like, go bang her every night. And then sometimes they would actually transfer her consciousness into it, right? Through, like, the REM sleep, because that's where they would all go to party and shit. But then in her contract, she would, like, have to do all this shit. And that's how a lot of celebrities get to, like, be top celebrities, right? And, I'm surprised you didn't know this. You're in the music game, right?
Well, not to that extent.
Well, yeah, exactly. if you went up to that extent, bro, you'd be all over MTV. Like, they would love you on that shit.
That was good.
That's
very detailed. That's a very detailed conspiracy. Like, you didn't leave anything out.
Oh, I left a lot out. This okay.
Oh, no, that's okay.
Yeah, because then there's like the clones, right? There's like the Mark 1, the Mark 2, right? And the Mark 1 was like back in the 40s, right? And then it's pretty much like they would look all bug-eyed and shit. Like they didn't work the kinks out except for the ones that were kinky. But then anyway, so then they got into these Mark 2s. I think they're on like Mark 5 now, where they're pretty much like a perfect clone of you. And then there's two types of cloning. There's cloning from birth, like when they made those sheep or whatever fucking back 20 years ago. They pretty much start the embryo and then fucking grow it. Or what it is, they just take a little bit of flesh, and they used to actually take the little cut of the penis, right? And then they would
Schmeckle?
yeah, that the foreskinny part when they
that's a
circumcise. Yeah, they circumcise kids, right? So then they take that little piece, then they can add electricity to it, and then as long as you have it in the right acidic bath and you give it the proper current, it'll actually keep
Acidic or Hasidic?
both. Acidic acid, yeah.
Acidic bath. He is taking him in an acidic bath.
Well, yeah, you just,
What's an acidic bath? I heard acidic. I don't know why I heard acidic, but that's
Hey,
what
it works.
I heard. So,
But, yeah, it's long story short, the queen's a lizard. Well, she was a lizard. Rest in peace, I guess. Well, or rest in pieces. I don't know what they say nowadays.
rest in pieces. So you think you're gonna freestyle today?
Yeah, we can fuck around, but I don't know if anything will make it to air because I'm not that good.
I'll find something.
Yeah, to be honest, like we can just have some fun, right?
But you are super funny, dude. I'm telling you.
Yeah, dude, you're gonna rewatch this and be like,
Nah,
why did
man.
I say that?
Nah, man. It's good. It's good, man. Like, not everything you're gonna do is funny, but you actually actively think about what is funny.
Yeah, I try. Like, well, when I was
Yeah.
growing up, to be honest, like 90% of what I watched on cable, stand up.
Yeah, you have a brain.
Right.
You have the brain for it.
Like that was like my favorite shit. Like there's like the Club 54, which not like Studio 54, but like
yeah,
Club
I
54. It was,
actually drive by that place
yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, was that like Hamilton or
Burlington.
Burlington, yeah, I always mix the two up. Yeah, so like
It's actually right
don't,
now
Don't
in
tell
the
people in
middle of an-
Hamilton that I mix the two up. Holy fuck, they'll flip shit.
The fuck?
They'll fucking
Hamilton.
yeah.
Are you
They're
scared
fucking,
of
we're
Hamilton?
gonna fucking hit you with the hammer, bud. And it's like,
You
oof.
scared of Hamilton? I used to work out in
Yeah.
Hamilton. It's not that bad. It's whatever, man.
Yeah,
No one ever fucks
I know,
with
but
me.
they're so proud, and I'm jealous because
Why are they proud?
Because they're in the
There's-
hammer.
why are they-
Dude, there's so many good bands that came out of there.
Yes, but other
Like,
than that,
especially like recently, like
but
there's
you want to know what creates good music?
like when was the last time?
You know what,
someone
you know what,
big came from
you know what
Kitchener?
creates the best art?
Waterloo or
Listen,
Cambridge.
you know what creates the best kind of art?
Torture.
Terrible surroundings.
Yeah.
So, in turn, there's a lot of good music that comes out of Hamilton. There's a lot of good art that comes out of Hamilton. Because Hamilton's a terrible place to live. No offense to Hamilton. It's pretty gross though. Like
That was his words, not mine.
like that's not the people's fault. That's the municipality's fault. They're not taking care of it right. They're not taking care of their people right.
Yeah, and like their fucking cost of living's going fucking through the roof and shit, and
Yeah, like they're not
trying
doing
to
it
just
right.
get an apartment is like nuts.
They're trying to do what Toronto did to them.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you know this.
It is a nice location. Like,
I don't
you
know
look
if
on
you
a
know
map,
this,
like,
but
they got,
like
like prime
I
real
think it was
estate,
like
dude.
in the 90s or 90s or early 2000s, maybe even earlier, like 80s. They legit Toronto shipped all their transients to Hamilton.
I didn't know we had that many trans people.
Transients, not transients. Like the undesirable people, like bums,
Dude, okay,
drug
just because they're
addicts.
trans doesn't mean they're undesirable.
No, I didn't say that. Like, transient, man. Like, it's a different word.
All right, I'll believe you. I'll have to Google this later.
like, okay, so all their homeless
So all these
people,
undesirable
all their mentally ill,
Regular people.
Yeah,
Oh wait, I can't say regular because there is no regular. Fuck. All right,
those they shipped all of
we're
them.
gonna have to like go back like 30 seconds and just being like.
They shipped all of
So they shipped all these transients.
over to Hamilton, like a big wave of them, and now by like bringing up all the fucking property value, by bringing up like making them like even like legit like sending them to other places, giving them bus tickets to go somewhere else, and Hamilton was like the next best place,
Well,
right?
It's pretty close, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's still in the water-ish.
Exactly, and like it's so that just it was the issue, and then it just got worse as time going on. You know what I mean? And like, there's a lot of crime. There's a lot of people getting stabbed and shot in Hamilton all the time.
Well, and like, what about Burlington and Oakville? They're pretty close to there, right?
But they're
like-
the richest area in the world.
Yeah.
This is the thing about.
true.
I don't know if this is like
Yeah,
this
last
in the
time I did-
States.
Last
But
time I
like
drove
in
through there, I was like, man, I'm
Canada,
not even dressed good enough to go down.
at
the
least in
fucking highway.
Ontario, I've noticed a trend in the way neighborhoods work. There is like really shitty, really terrible places that are not taken care of properly, like within a few blocks from the nicest neighborhood that you'll see within the next fucking 5 kilometers. You know what I mean? Like they're right next to each other.
There's always a train track dividing them.
That or something,
You know?
like or a
The
fucking
wrong
or a
side of the
hydro
tracks.
field,
Yeah, true.
a big hydro field. Like it's so weird. Like I don't know why it's like that. I don't know if it's like that in the States. I've never lived there, but like in Ontario, that's how
it makes sense.
I've
You're not
noticed
going to
that.
build a mansion beside like a crack shack.
Because like downtown Hamilton is literally 5 minutes away from $1 million homes.
Yeah. Well, so like
Right?
in between like Cambridge, Kitchener, dude, they got all those fucking multi-million dollar
Yeah,
houses.
exactly. Like Waterloo's expensive as fuck.
Yeah. Well,
Like-
just like all the outskirts is like you know all the farmhouses, they're going up like fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Like
Well, it's because they're trying to sell to developers,
yeah.
right? Like they
Yeah,
want.
they got money, so you might as well jack up that price.
I should have brought my pack of smokes in here, but I didn't. So I'm gonna go get another one.
Well, no,
I know.
all right,
I'm the
all
worst.
right. Dude, I gotta be so careful with this fucking mug. It's like got a weird lip on it, and not my lip. Like it's got a weird lip.
Oh yeah. It's okay. Like I worry about the
So
quality
welcome
of this
back,
thing.
where we're continuing to talk about transients in Hamilton.
Well, no, there's nothing. I love the people in Hamilton. Like facts, the people in Hamilton are great.
Yeah, I was gonna
like
say, to be
it's
honest,
just
everyone I
the,
met there is fucking.
it's just the way. Like I want to tell you a story.
I only kid because I love.
I want to tell you a true story of what happened to me. I deliver boxes for a living. I'm pretty sure that's clear.
Like full of shit.
What?
Like full of shit. You're not just empty boxes.
Well, just like I deliver like stuff. I'm not gonna say for who
Yeah,
because I
you're a
smoke
point
weed
A,
and shit
point B
here.
man. Yeah.
Like, right? But I realized that where was I? I lost myself. I lost it.
How high are you?
I'm
See, that's why I'm glad
really
that's why I'm
baked.
glad
I
quit,
lost it.
you know?
Oh yes, I was driving to work at 4:00 in the morning to go pick up my freight. That's what was going on, and there was this cyclist on the street.
In the middle of the road.
No, not in the middle of the road. He was on the side. He was like a homeless guy. I was in a rush a little bit, so I was going like 50
Yeah.
down Barton. I was going down Barton.
So definitely don't say what company you work for.
Yeah, no. and this guy was, and there's the intersections on this road are kind of weird. So the curb comes closer at all the intersections. So he
Okay,
was
yeah, I know what you
following
mean,
the
yeah.
curb, and I was just driving, and me and him just met at the perfect not perfect time, but at the perfect time, like, the perfect time for this to happen. Not a good thing, but like I literally hit my mirror off his head, and it came clean off.
Wait, his head?
No.
Oh fuck.
No, the mirror. I broke the mirror.
Bro, I was gonna be like, dude, you must have been doing way more than 50, dude.
I broke my mirror off of his head,
Shit.
right? And he went flying, and I got out. I did the right thing, right?
Dude, hopefully he doesn't watch this.
I know, I did the right thing. I didn't run away. I didn't.
Yeah, you
it would have been
pulled over.
funnier if I told you that I drove away, but I can't do that. I
Oh,
didn't
that
drive
wouldn't be
away.
fun- Yeah, that wouldn't be funnier.
Well,
man. Like,
it would be funnier if it wasn't. If you knew
It
it
would be
wasn't true.
funnier, yeah.
Like, right? Like, but the issue is that like, but this is the thing. I stopped. I called the cops. I waited for the cops. I stood there. I like made sure he was okay. He was bleeding, like knocked out. Like he was like completely knocked out. And like this was his chance. I wasn't really being that reckless. It wasn't really his fault. It was just a
timing.
a shitty coincidence, right? And so I fucking did that. Where was I? Okay, yeah, I did that. I waited for the cops. The cops came. They called the ambulance. The ambulance came. They picked him up. They took him to the hospital. Luckily, it was only like up the street from the hospital.
Yeah.
And then the cops stuck around. I was waiting there. I was talking to them. I got my work gave me the day off to deal with it because he was like, "Fuck that sucks." Okay, deal with that.
Yeah.
Go home. Like, right.
Yeah, it's
and
cool, boss.
yeah, and well, no, it's kind of.
Or company policy.
No, it would just make sense. That's a pretty big deal. If you're fucking knocking somebody's head with your mirror, you're gonna be a little bit shooken up, man. You're not gonna want to work all day, right? And I was super worried about the guy, and and so then I waited, and the ambulance took him, and then I talked to the cops. I was like, so what happens with me now? Like I'm willing to take whatever responsibility I have to, right? Like I don't know, am I gonna get a ticket? Am I gonna get charged? Is there gonna be an issue? And he's like, and these cops literally looked right in my face and told me, "Nah, don't worry about it, bro. This is like the third time this has happened to this guy."
Damn.
And let me go.
Shit.
I visited
So
the
you got
guy
lucky. He
the
was
next
unlucky,
day to
yeah.
make sure he was okay, and then I came back again, and then they said that he left without permission.
Mm.
Well, he's a homeless person. He was a homeless
Yeah,
guy, right? Like,
yeah.
and apparently, like, this has been an issue in the past and whatever, right?
Yeah, and the cops probably don't want to have to do the paperwork. 'Cause,
Yeah.
right. That's
And
anytime
plus,
they're dealing with a homeless guy.
and
it's
plus, I
just
wasn't
pain
being a
in the
dick
ass.
about it. I did the right thing, so maybe that's how they base it. But that's still shitty.
Yeah.
They should have been more to that than what it was. But they
True.
maybe
But to
they
be
were just
honest,
trying to help. But
like,
that
he
just
probably wouldn't
shows.
have- yeah, he
But
probably
that
wouldn't have
just
wanted to
also
press charges.
shows how desensitized the the public servants in Hamilton are to
True.
some crazy shit, dude.
Well, I think
Like-
not even just Hamilton, but just like all over, man. Like
Yeah,
being a
it's getting
public
worse
servant,
and worse everywhere.
It must be brutal. Like I don't even know how the people like the 911 call center people do that shit. Like imagine like picking up the phone and someone's just like, "I'm being fucking stabbed. Come help me." And then you're like, "Hello, whereabouts are you?" And speak clearly into the phone. Like you have to like, keep calm during all that shit. Like what the fuck? Especially if like they die while you're talking to them, right? And, like,
Yeah, that would be shitty.
And then right on to the next call of fucking some crazy emergency, and then on to the next call, like day in day out. Like that'd be brutal.
Facts. It'd be super brutal. Like I don't know, man. Like the way the direction the world's going in, it's like 50-50. It could it turn into being fucking amazing, or it could turn into being fucking terrible.
Well, or both, right? Like food and porn are gonna get better, right?
Yeah.
And then
It
politics
always gets better.
exactly.
It
just
only
always
gets better. Food and
right?
porn
Like,
always gets better.
It's when it starts to do like the crossover where
Yeah.
they're matching the two up. That's where I draw the line. But yeah, like that shit will go up and politics will probably go down but I guess politics has always been kind of You know what I mean? There's always scummy people. There's always good people, right?
Yeah.
Or like good people, good at the time, right? But then retrospectively, you're just like, what the fuck was that guy talking about?
True. Yeah, that can happen for sure all the time. Like it's just like people
It's
get
gonna be amazing to see what like 30 years from now is like, taboo. Right?
like something new comes up every day.
Mm.
But I think funny people are exempt. It seems that way to me, man.
Well, as long as the joke works.
Yeah,
Right?
it has to be
Yeah.
funny and clever. That's like my rule. If it's offensive, it's got to be good,
Yeah.
right? If it's offensive and not good, then it's just offensive, and then it's not cool anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? But if it's
Like-
if it's offensive but
Yeah.
fucking great, I'm
I don't even
happy
s-
with that.
As long as one person in the world laughs, that's what I would say. Like as long if one person laughs, but if nobody laughs.
But what if that person's like Jeffrey Dahmer?
Well, then it's still funny. If he laughed, he laughed. Doesn't matter who it is.
you don't have any problem with him thinking we're funny?
No.
No? Okay.
No, I was gonna say, if he wants to be a fan and laugh, he can laugh. It's not like what I do reflects what he does, and what he does reflects what I do,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, like I enjoy R. Kelly's music. I don't enjoy the fact he peed on somebody.
Well, there's more to
I
it
do
than
enjoy
that,
the
but-
fact because that's kind of funny. But
That part's funny, but the rest of it isn't.
no, the music is fucking banging.
I know. I hate it. I hate how much I love R. Kelly's music. Was like a diehard
It's a dirty
fan
little
up until
secret.
that, man. Like I literally was. Like and then when all this started coming up and they started deconstructing all of his lyrics and shit, I was traumatized.
Yeah.
Like I was straight up traumatized. Like I was like, that's fucking crazy, man.
Anyway. Although I still wouldn't put that as like my top genre.
I think we should be able to separate the art from the artist.
Well, that's the whole aim of art is like, like to showcase the art and conceal the artist. Like, to be honest, I hate art that like as soon as you have a story, like for like let's say paintings,
Yes.
right? They like let's say you have like a white painting with a black dot, right? And then you start talking about it, and you're like, well, this represents this and that, and it's like, okay, well now like
You're planting the idea in people's
well, no,
heads.
but I appreciate you being a poet, but like if I don't feel the emotion by looking at it myself,
Yeah.
what the fuck good is your painting, right?
Yeah.
Like you don't even always have like obviously the good paintings will like bring out some emotion, but it doesn't even always have to have an emotion.
And that's
an
also
emotional
depending on the
statement.
on the person who's
Right.
taking in the art.
It could just be entertaining for the sake of entertaining, right?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have to be emotional, but usually the better stuff throughout history is like, it's always pulling out a heartstring or something, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, as soon as like they have a story to tell you about like a canvas, it's like okay, you're just trying to cover up for shit.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm not a big fan of like the minimalist stuff, and yeah.
Minimalist art is lazy. It seems like laziness.
But what's funny is though,
To
like
me.
all those like the people who like made a shitload of money in minimalist art are actually really good artists. Like they could like
Like
they're
before
pretty,
they fucked with minimalism,
yeah,
they
like
were
because
doing other
like
shit.
you know they go up,
Yeah.
They're kind of like they become human photocopiers, right? Where they can perfectly replicate something with paint, like any color, any form, right?
Hey, Kaylee might have to drive you home.
Yeah, the way she goes.
I think I put a little bit too much whiskey in my cup.
You got whiskey in your cup?
Yeah, I got whiskey in my cup.
The vibe. I'm jealous. All right, but yeah, like I don't know, I hate any of that type of art, really.
Yeah, jealous.
Like,
Yeah. Sure, bud. Whatever you say, man.
yeah, same with like music. Like you know, once you start like if you over dissect the lyrics or kind of like you overly go into it and you start like assuming stuff below like the surface of the lyrics, then it's like you're kind of doing that at like you know your own what's the word? So we're talking about people in Hamilton and all those the transient turtles and.
Honestly, I think we're good.
I think I'm getting high off the fumes here.
Maybe. Sorry. But I think
No,
we're
it's
good.
good because it's I'm getting like a the voov.
The VOOV, but the good VOOV.
Well, no, I'm like the voov is like it's like a subtle voov, which
a
is
little
like
voov.
that's the perfect voov. It's like
just a little VOOV.
like what I love is actually the head high of it, right? Where you get like all spacey and thinking and like
Yeah.
just you think differently, not
Yeah.
better. I'm not saying you think better or more creative, but like you
Different.
definitely
It's
think
different.
different.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's like having a whole other perspective of your same self.
When I smoke
Right.
weed, it literally puts me in a place where I can look at things logically.
Yeah.
That's why I smoke it. Because if I don't smoke it, I'm super emotionally driven.
Yeah, I hear you.
And I don't want to be emotionally driven. I don't trust the way my emotions handle things most of the time. So like I like to smoke weed in order to
get order.
yeah.
Yeah.
And like I'm gonna do Sober October a little late. It's the 3rd today. Sorry.
No, they don't know when it's fucking air.
Well, whatever. I'm still saying it because it's gonna be soon. This one's gonna come out. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's gonna be soon. But today is the 3rd, and I've fucking
Yeah, just
I'm
it
gonna-
helps
I'm
keep you
gonna
like clear and logical, right?
yes. But then every time I do
Except for
Sober
that point when you
October,
kinda
because I've
almost
done
forgot.
Sober October
Yeah.
like every year for like 3 years up until last year with Candy's thing, right?
Yeah.
So but this year I want to do it again at least for most of the month. And every time I do that, man, I legit like there's like a day or two where I just completely emotionally break down, and it's almost therapeutic
Damn.
because I need to still feel those things,
Oh, definitely.
right? Like, and I still do even when I smoke weed regularly. But it's like it's like you said, it's different. I just handle
Yeah,
certain
it's just,
things
just
differently,
a different perspective, right?
and it gives me and it reminds me of how much it helps,
Yeah,
right?
I can see that.
Yeah, like it makes me appreciate weed more when I take a month off.
True.
Like facts, at least for me. Like it's different for everybody. But
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
I literally talk about weed on every episode, and I'm sorry, but I just love weed.
well, and like you can talk about weed a lot. You know, you start talking about like I don't know, like booze. People get bored of booze pretty quick, right? They're like, yeah, like they like drinking, but they don't like people talking about it, or at least they don't like people like. They don't have to listen to it.
Weed is
know?
interesting because everybody smokes it for different reasons, and that's
Yeah.
why I like to explore that with people.
Well, and like you can talk
Right.
about like you know what it does to you and stuff compared to like I drink booze, it gets me drunk.
Yeah.
You know, it's like well that's the whole convo right
I'm
there.
feeling a little bit tipsy right now, but
Yeah, and there's like so many different types of weeds. You got like you know the sativas, the indigas,
The indigas.
the rudorellis or whatever that shit's called. That
The fuck's a rudorellis?
it's the autoflowers.
The what?
You know, like autoflowers.
The fuck is that?
So it's like okay, so an autoflower is like a plant. Like originally, a rudorellis was like it was like a foot tall. It would automatically flower without having to switch the light cycle. You know, like 12 and 12.
Okay.
Right? So instead of like you can keep it on 18 hours of light, it'll automatically flower, right? But then it was like way less THC. But then they started crossing this rudorellis with like indica and shit to bring up the potency because the potency wasn't there. But now you can get like anytime you buy autoflowers, it's all this stuff that has this other type of weed like bred into it,
Okay.
and like because it's a shorter growing season, they can actually get different family trees along faster, right? Because like just if it takes you like 18 months or like compared to like 6 months to do a family kind of like generation, like you can just do so much more with it. So you can like play with the terpenes or the bud structure or the the pest resilience, whatever you're kind of working on for a plant, right?
Special delivery. Special delivery. Dum-da-dum-da-dum. 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 Dum-da- Special delivery.
Yeah, always.
Oh, that was yours. Yeah, my bad. But I'm just like, life is funny, man. You know what I think is like the most important thing for people to really do is like being able to completely understand and be comfortable with yourself and how you feel. And that way, and like have low expectations of people,
True.
Believe in everybody, but never expect anything from them.
Yeah, that's
You know what I mean?
That's kind of the way I try to like live life.
Yeah, like you believe in the people around you. Believe in the people that even fucked up on you. Like believe in all these
Everybody
people.
gets one chance.
Yeah,
After that, no.
but like, nah, it's not like that.
Yeah.
I give people fucking all kinds of chances, bro.
Yeah, it depends on the fuck up, I guess.
Yeah, bro. And I believe in you.
Fuck, at least that's one person.
I think this is good, bro. Thank you. Yo, so do you want to jam with me, or I could just make the music myself? You don't have to jam with me.
Yeah, let's see where it goes.
Okay, cool. Peace.
Special delivery. Special delivery. Special delivery. Special delivery. Special delivery.